corner. Victory experience high in Colorado. The reigning defending Sparta Combat 145-pound champion, TJ Steinebach. Fighting out of the dynamic mortgage concepts blue corner. From Ludwig Martial Arts of Brookdale, Colorado, the challenger, Eddie Lopez. This 145-pound title bout is scheduled for three 3-minute rounds. Referee Oscar Martinez.
This fight is brought to us by Bubba Chino's in Brighton, VIP food service. Quick serve Mexican grub from breakfast until the wee hours on the weekends. However, no alcohol. 201 South Main Street, Brighton, Colorado, 80601. Follow us on Facebook. And also check out Cappuccino's Cafe, our new spot for your morning coffee and cinnamon roll fix, JR. Here we go, 145-pound title. TJ Steinebach taking on Eddie Lopez. Eddie Lopez.
Steinebach's in the white. He represents Factory X. Lopez in the black, representing Ludwig Martial Arts, and working hard for the takedown and getting it is Steinebach, but off of his back, Lopez looking active early.
Very much so. Wow. Good aggression shown by TJ Steinebach. Wow.
And Lopez trying to work foot on hip, see if he can't create a little bit of distance here, get some of that pressure Steinebach off of him, but Steinebach doing a nice job circling his hands underneath the thighs. Working the pass with Steinebach. Lopez using it as an opportunity to loop a leg over the top. And he's not going to get a submission, but an uncomfortable position being affected by Steinebach. He had Lopez's legs stretched out almost in a bit of a knee bar. Sometimes you can press the hips down and really make it uncomfortable for the guy on the bottom.
And man, is he heavy from the top, TJ Steinebach. My goodness, putting some serious pressure on Eddie Lopez here early in this fight, and really nice gyro being shown right there. And when I reference gyro there, I talk about being able to have that kinesthetic awareness, to be able to know where that opponent's trying to move you and counter that using a weight distribution, very, very similar to a gyroscope, and that's why we call it that.
Lopez was trying to lock up a guillotine choke there. Steinebach aware of it. That's why he skipped off to side control away from the choking arm. And Lopez wisely did not burn his arms out, but Steinebach continuing to try to improve his position. And this is a great ground battle.
Really is.
As much as Steinebach has controlled position, Lopez is doing so much good work off of the bottom. Just happens that Steinebach is a really, really phenomenal grappler from the top.
And Lopez actually doing a nice job of scoring from the bottom position with those crisp hooks that are landing as Steinebach comes in. But Steinebach is just, man, he's a beast on top.
And not just the hip pressure, but forearm and elbow pressure too. He's doing everything he can to make every position uncomfortable for Lopez. Never letting him rest, always making him think, oh man, that sucks to have that elbow jabbing me right there.
Such a great way to put it. It's absolutely true too. He's really, really dominating in that top position here.
Underhooking the leg is Lopez. Sometimes you can spin an opponent around on the top. End up with back control from there. Steinebach able to pull that left leg free.
And for those that don't know, it's always so difficult dealing with a guy that's on top of you like that, that's constantly in motion, moving all the time, looking to put you in a bad spot at all times with crazy top pressure like that. That's a handful right there. First round just about underway here, and there it is. Great first round from both guys.
Sparta Combat Apex dynamic mortgage concepts. A lender who works for you. Whether you're looking to pre-qualify to purchase a home, refinance your existing loan, or complete a construction loan, we have products to fit your needs. Check them out online at dmcloans.com.
Cornermen being ushered out of the cage. Cage doors will be locked here in just a second. We'll get off with round number 2 of this 145-pound title fight. And if you're in the corner of Steinebach between rounds, you're telling him more of the same, but try to affect some striking on the bottom. And if you're in Lopez's corner, you're saying don't end up on the bottom.
And Steinebach going to that bread and butter takedown. My goodness.
And Lopez had good head control there, but Steinebach been put into a headlock probably 1.5 million times in his wrestling career.
This week.
Yeah, able to get out of it. Lopez, I'm so impressed. He's doing so many things correct.
Me too.
It's just the unrelenting pressure of Steinebach and the continuous movement that shuts down. He's just like a quarter of a step ahead all the time. And looking to lock up an arm here is Lopez. Not too bad of a position here from Mr. Lopez.
Omoplata look.
Yep. Steinebach doing a good job grabbing his own leg, trying to shut down that arm being pulled free so that Lopez could crank it over the shoulder. And now Steinebach, wow, great transition.
Wow,
Very smooth
beautiful.
into top mount, or half mount, excuse me.
But you're right, JR. I'm telling you, kudos to Eddie Lopez for staying composed underneath like that. And I mean, man, he's actually able to effectively strike from the bottom.
Lopez tried to bump and get a hip out there, see if he could get on the one side, pull that leg free. Either start to work his knees underneath him to stand back up or go back to full guard. Steinebach, let's see if he's able to pass here. Lopez fully committed to being on one side. Steinebach was thinking about stepping over, going for the armbar there. Lopez recognized it, got his elbow in the right position for defense, and heavy hip pressure here from Steinebach.
Unbelievable. He's like a buzzsaw. He reminds me a lot of like a Charlie Brenneman and Benil Dariush type fighter.
Good call, Ron. Lopez trying to set up the triangle here off of his back. Steinebach, of course, aware of it, using it, and that's what you do. That's classic. You just push that looping leg over the top.
Yep.
Now trying to set up a knee bar. Good transition by Steinebach. Lopez trying to keep that knee bent. And going with some striking now is Lopez, and showing good strength in the lower extremities is Lopez. Steinebach in a good position. Let's see if he switches it off to a toe hold here.
Looking for it for sure.
Good job looping the legs over there. That makes it so that Steinebach was going to have virtually no chance of straightening the leg. And Steinebach recognizes that the defense was in place, turns back in, continues to work some strikes. Very, very technical match here. These guys just doing such great work on the ground, but really it's the positional control of Steinebach that's helping pull him ahead here. Like we've talked about, Lopez doing so many of the right things, but Steinebach can answer.
Absolutely right.
Go grab those. Don't forget to grab raffle tickets and 50 tickets throughout the evening as well. Great cause as always tonight is a couple of our own from Sport Combat League battling cancer treatment and their mother. All of the proceeds tonight from those raffles and tickets tonight will go directly to those families battling cancer. So make sure you go grab those at some point throughout the evening.
Third and final round just about underway here, JR, in this 145-pound title matchup between TJ Steinebach and Eddie Lopez. And so far it has been all TJ Steinebach. My goodness, this kid is something else on top.
And in my mistake, round number 2 started with a mistake by Lopez. He brought one leg off the ground, threw a kick early that allowed Steinebach to get the takedown, and well, shows it doesn't matter if he brings the leg off the ground or not. Steinebach able to put it on the mat.
Yeah, Steinebach, I think at 145 pounds is really going to give anybody a handful and a half dealing with this kind of pressure that he does.
Yeah, and especially just trying to defend the takedown. I mean, you're going to see guys that are spending their entire camp working on just defending the takedown, and then it's going to happen anyway.
Yep.
And, well, darn it.
Yeah, outstanding. I mean, just incredible work rate as well from Steinebach, too.
Yeah, great point, Ron. He gets the fight where he wants it, but he doesn't rest.
Not at all.
He doesn't go there and say, okay, this is what I wanted. I'm going to take a couple of breaths now. He continues to work, tries to improve his position, tries to work submissions, goes for some creative submissions. You don't see a lot of leg lock attempts, and he had a couple of them already.
You know, and this is really where he can mentally break a lot of people, but I'll tell you this, there is no breaking Eddie Lopez. This guy is steady as they come and looking for submission attempts every single series, but just that relentless pressure from TJ Steinebach is just such a handful to deal with here in our main event of the preliminary card.
Well stated, sir. And Steinebach's starting to put together some ground and pound here. And looking to skip over. He has 3/4 mount now, does Steinebach. Lopez looping his legs around the ankle. Doesn't want Steinebach to be able to pull that leg all the way through. And Steinebach doing a really nice job of effecting that ground and pound and making Lopez have to deal about that while he continues to try to work that right leg through.
Yeah, 100%. I think you hit it right on the head before. Everyone's going to be so concerned with getting taken down, because if you do get taken down with TJ Steinebach, he literally can control you the entire fight.
And for just a moment there, we saw Lopez stop scrambling. That's about the first time that he stopped to try to take a deep breath. Steinebach doing enough work. Keep referee absolutely happy and let these guys continue to work from the ground. And proves me wrong. Back to standing we go. Let's see if Lopez is able to take advantage here. Steinebach looked at his corner, took a couple of deep breaths.
Oh!
And great job grabbing the neck there by Lopez, but Steinebach nicely done with the scramble.
He is something else.
There's the 10-second clacker. That was kind of Lopez's best shot at it right there.
Yep.
And we're going to hear the buzzer and take it up to the judges.